are at the front entrance of Loma University Medical Center, Murrieta. What you see behind me is actually only phase 1 of 3 phases of this hospital. At final build-out, the hospital will have over 300 beds and 3 medical office buildings. The first phase, expected to be complete in March of 2011, will be 106 beds in the hospital building and a medical office building that will house specialty services and an urgent care. Construction began December 2008 and is expected to complete in March 2011. We're here with Bruce Christian, President and CEO of Loma University Medical Center, Murrieta. Hi, Bruce. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for the opportunity to have this privilege.
Now, as I understand it, it generally takes a city about 1.5 to 2 years to approve all of the certificates needed in order to start construction on this hospital. Yet the city of Murrieta was able to approve it in a year. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct, Kimberly. I can tell you that that would not have been possible had it not been for the great working relationship that we had established with Layton Construction, our general contractor, and the staff of the city of Murrieta. We could not have asked for better cooperation in helping us achieve that objective, and we would not be where we are today in terms of completion of this facility had it not been for that support.
Thank you, Bruce. I know that the city of Murrieta, the government, its residents are all looking very forward to Loma University Medical Center Murrieta being here. Thank you. We're here outside of the emergency room of Loma University Medical Center Murrieta with Brian Hobbs, construction manager for Layton Construction, and Dave Stevens, superintendent of Layton Construction. Gentlemen, thank you for being here today.
You're welcome. Kimberly, let's go for a walk and see what we've done.
Okay, thank you. Now, Brian, is that the normal entrance to the emergency room?
During construction, we've actually boarded up the regular entrance over here. In fact, we're on one half of the emergency room department right now. This is the spot where the regular public would come in with any injuries or sicknesses, and they'd be checking in with the triage nurse right here and then go into the separate rooms.
Brian, how large is this emergency room?
Well, we just passed the admitting stations right there, and then we have 19 exam rooms that roll all the way around the corner here, and then there's 2 trauma rooms over near the ambulance entry.
Okay. So how many people at once can this ER serve?
It's a fairly large emergency room. We could probably accommodate up to 25 in the individual rooms, and then there would still be people in waiting or being triaged.
Very good. I know this community is really looking forward to that added emergency room support.
Absolutely. In fact, I live in Murrieta as well, so I'm excited to see it open also.
Did you live here before the project started, or did you move here specifically to help out with this project?
We actually moved here. My wife and 4 kids actually chose Murrieta to live, even regardless of whether or not this project was going to happen. So we elected to be here to help find a central location, find a good place to live. In fact, of the 12 members on the Layton staff, there are probably 8 of us right now that live in Murrieta, and probably some of us will stay here even after the hospital's done. This is actually the new laboratory, so we have several members of Loma Linda from up on main campus and some new staff members that are assigned to the hospital here. They're walking through with some of the Layton staff members, making sure that everything's in the right spot, everything looks good, if there are any questions, or preparing for training. So we're several months ahead of that right now, so it's good.
Great. So ahead of schedule and yet still making sure that everything's coming along as planned.
The Loma Linda folks are ahead of schedule in terms of the training and understanding the facility and preparing for licensing, so it's looking really good.
The lobby we have here is going to be grand on the outside. It'll have a vaulted ceiling with a terrazzo floor, high-end finishes out here with a beautiful view to the southeast. We have a gift shop right over here that will have a large open window to be able to see all the merchandise inside.
So Dave, what are we looking at here? What department are we in now?
This is the Women's Center. Right behind us, or right in front of us here, will be the nurses station. Down this corridor is the labor and delivery rooms. Down this corridor will be all the postpartum patient rooms. It has 6 labor and delivery rooms and 12 postpartum rooms.
Dave, what room is this?
This is a labor and delivery room. This is typical. It's a single patient private room. There's 6 of them in the hospital.
So this is a pretty large room for a single patient room for labor and delivery.
It is. It's above minimum code requirements for square footage on a labor delivery room.
Wow, that's going to be really great for the women in this community that are going to be delivering babies here. That's awesome. Thank you. We're here in the hybrid OR room at Loma Linda University Medical Center, Murrieta. And I just want to ask Brian, how is a hybrid OR room different from a regular OR room in its construction?
Well, a hybrid OR has both cath equipment in it as well as regular OR equipment in it. So in this case, we have 4 operating rooms in a row. This first one is the largest, and it's the hybrid. So when a doctor's doing a procedure on someone or operating in here, rather than having to break the procedure down and send them into another space in the hospital, they can do it all here. It's very unusual that this hospital would have a hybrid OR.
This is one hybrid OR room, and there are 4 other OR rooms. What other rooms in the hospital can be used in case of a major trauma emergency?
Well, these 4 ORs are designated for the regular operating during regular course of business. Right over here, we have 2 more C-section operating rooms that could be converted in a pinch. And then downstairs in the emergency room where we walked in, there are 2 trauma rooms there that also could be converted into operating rooms. So quite a bit of capacity.
So we have a lot of availability in case of a natural disaster, and we need more OR rooms available to our residents.
Absolutely.
To help provide excellent patient services and to also help the environment, this hospital will be a totally paperless hospital, offering patients online access to their charts and records. Brian, Dave, thank you very much for an excellent tour of the facility today. I hope our residents get a good feel for what's coming to them and what will be available.
No problem. In fact, we look forward to having you here again in the next 2 or 3 months as we're wrapping things up.
Great, thank you. So as you can see, Loma Linda University Medical Center Murrieta is going to be a huge benefit to Murrieta and the surrounding community. The city of Murrieta welcomes Loma Linda and can't wait for its opening in March of 2011.